All right. It's recorded.
Let's do it.
All right, y'all.
What's up, everybody?
Welcome back to Open Up. It's been
A long time.
how many years?
It's been a long time. We started filming 6 years ago.
Wow.
2020? Yeah, but we took a bit of a hiatus. There's been a lot of stuff going on. Life hit really hard.
Traveling the world.
Yeah, we got some travels in. A lot of wild experiences that we're looking forward to sharing.
Yeah.
But now we're back and we're committed to filming more content, getting back into these discussions, and just seeing what we can do and how many people we can help, right? So
I think men's mental health is super important, and I mean, this is just filming these episodes is equally as important for us as it is just for everybody who's watching. And during this episode as well, we're going to be talking about a little passion project, which is a product we've been working on for
a
while. We're on like version 6 or 5
16,
or 4 or something, but anyways, we just wanted to film an episode for like a little reintroduction, like talk a little bit about what's going on, like the purpose of all this, and how it's helped hundreds of people when we were filming, and if it could just help one person today, then it'd be a success.
Yeah. So should we start with, let's start with who we are and why we started the channel?
After you, baby, go ahead.
We'll break it up. So we want to discuss really who we are as individuals, why we started the channel, kind of give an overview of the content that we usually like to talk about, what we'll post about, and conversations that we're going to have. So let's jump into it. So to start, I'm Lucas, right? I am a 29-year-old man with aching knees and back. All as the age starts catching up, everything hurts. But I'm 29, from Milford. Mike and I we grew up together, and we're both very passionate about fitness, about health holistically. And health is more than, I think, what is portrayed. It's more than just like going to the gym. It's more than just eating clean. It's a variety of things. And when we started Open Up a few years ago, 6 years ago now, I think, right, it was the midst of COVID. The world was at a really weird time, and we were looking for outlets to be able to have conversations and just talk about things that were going on internally, externally, and a lot of the hardships that we were experiencing, because I just don't think men have those conversations, right? And I could be wrong. You and your group of friends could be having conversations about your life and how vulnerable you are all the time, but I don't think that's the case. And I don't think I've really met many men that think that's the case. So we had this idea and brainstorm of making a podcast, right? Because no one likes to go to therapy. We just like to make podcasts and talk. We've done both.
Yeah.
But making a podcast where we could really discuss, a lot of sensitive topics and a lot of things of what's been going on. I know I just talked for a while. So.
No, that was great.
Yeah.
If you hear background noise, my dog is throwing a temper tantrum because we're not giving him attention. But Lucas, appreciate you sharing that. And I remember when, it's crazy that's been 6 years.
Yeah.
But I remember Lucas just filmed an episode of him talking for a little bit, and I remember you said it was pretty therapeutic, and then we just started talking, and then we started yapping about starting a podcast, and here we are. And we've done a lot of, positive things for society, but I think one of the coolest things is when we first put out episodes, the amount of messages, like we'd get like a few thousand views on things, but like we'd get hundreds of messages from guys.
Yeah.
And I thought it was insane that like so many people could relate with the situation. But little reintroduction. My name is Michael Soares. I'm 31. I got hella gray hairs.
Thanks to his wife.
Thanks to my wife. These gray hairs started exactly almost 2 years ago when I got married. No, I'm kidding. But I own a fitness company called New Human, so I host a bunch of fitness events. But similarly to what Lucas said, I like to preach that fitness isn't just movement. It's like 1/4 of what fitness is. Like, you have nutrition, you have the recovery side, and then the most important aspect of everything, which is like the mental side. And, you know, people take care of their physical health in like a structured manner, but they won't take care of their mental health. It doesn't have to be super structured, but in a structured manner. I personally have been going to therapy for about a year, and my therapist has changed my life. And I'm also very fortunate that I have a group of friends. We call each other the demons, but we're not demonic. We call each other the demons. But, let me make that straight, just the name of the group chat. But to have such a safe space where, you know, 6 of us could just talk and celebrate wins or share photos of, like, you know, we have friends that have kids, and like they'll send videos of like their first steps, and we have a bunch of like late 20s, early 30s guys being like happy as fuck, being like, wow, this is incredible. We're so happy for you. When can we all hang out? Let's have the kids over. Let's all barbecue, and it's just really cool to have that support system. So we just wanted to film these episodes to create more of a community and understand that a lot of people are going through a lot of things. That doesn't diminish what you're going through, but like, you're not going through shit alone. So,
and it's important to just speak about these things, right? Because it's funny because it's almost like that thing when you're in class and you don't understand what's going on and you want to ask a question, but you're afraid or like embarrassed to ask the question. But then you realize once you ask it, everyone in the freaking class had the same exact question, right? Yeah. So oftentimes the things that we go through and when we feel these things and we don't want to speak about them, but a lot of people feel the same way. We also feel very anxious. We also feel upset. We also feel like tense or like on the verge of like an explosion or whatever. Like, a lot of people feel similar feelings, but no one really talks about it, and I think it gets us in this weird position where we like spiral out of control by yourself, and that's, you know, not a place that you want to be. It's a very, very dark alley. And then you also get into like really serious crises where, you know, I forget the official stat, but it's like 1 man kills himself every 7 minutes or something, right? We made this podcast specifically for men to have discussions, but it's universal at the end of the day, right? I think women are a little bit more emotionally intelligent and emotionally aware, but not all women, right? So if this is applicable to you, that's also awesome. But I also wanted to mention, while I was traveling, it's funny because a lot of people who I never met before, who I maybe just like met for a single time, but they'll check out the Instagram or something, and they'll open up and they'll see maybe one episode where you're speaking about vulnerability, maybe an episode where you're talking about the hardships of breakups or whatever the content we had filmed a few years ago. And like Mike said, we used to get a lot of messages from people of all walks of life just being like, thank you for bringing these issues to light, and thank you for talking about these things, and, you know, just thanks for showing that I'm not alone, which is the most important thing, right? We don't want people to feel alone. We want everyone to understand that these things are human. Not diminishing anything that's going on, but there's a lot to life.
Yeah, and like what Lucas is saying too, like just to add on to that, you'd be surprised. Like, oftentimes I'm like, let me not be a burden to someone else. Let me not like share my, not negative energy, but like my sadness with somebody else. Like, I don't want to ruin their mood, whatever it is. But oftentimes human connection becomes stronger when you're vulnerable with people. You know what I'm saying? Like, we were just talking right before we started this, like the recording, like, you feel such a strong connection when you're vulnerable with people and you actually feel heard. Sometimes they don't even need to give you advice. Sometimes you just need to be heard and, like, you know, not have like bouncing your words off somebody, but like sometimes just physically getting it out of you through words, through journaling, through whatever it is, helps so much instead of having so much pent up energy. Like, I'm the first person, like, I'll admit, like, if I'm super stressed, like, even a little thing that seems so simple, I'll get anxious, I'll get like little nippy, you know what I'm saying? So to be able to release that through journaling, through meditation, through taking care of my body, through having a safe space with my friends to be able to communicate is an absolute game changer for my mental health.
Yeah, absolutely. I second that. I think sometimes you just need a space to vent, right? I don't know if that's the word you were looking for, but just to speak, to let it all out, to put that out there, and then just like let it go, right? So everyone wants to feel heard. Everyone wants to feel seen. Everyone wants to feel connected. Everyone wants to feel appreciated. If you say you don't want those things, you're probably lying. Just being real. But so an overview, I guess the content that we're going to be posting and the conversations that we're going to be having, is just deep conversations on vulnerability, on emotions, on experiences that we've had, and sharing it with the world, how we felt, what happened, and just a platform to speak on these things. And the goal is always to bring more people on and like have these conversations as well with other people, because obviously, it's not just us having these feelings.
Yeah. So. And it's not like we got our shit all figured out. Like, we're literally just two people having a conversation in hopes that we can figure out our shit, but hopefully also helping others. And it's so cool when we've had so many guests. Like, I remember like TJ came on, talked about his 200-pound weight loss journey and how that transformed his life. And we've had other people come and talk, and like, we learned so much, but at the end of the day, like, I just want to reiterate, it's not like we're perfect human beings. We're also just walking through life. We just have certain experiences that we want to share that may teach you a lesson about life. You know what I mean? Just
promote conversation at the end of the day.
Yeah.
That's all we want to do. Promote conversation, and if you can help a few people seek more help or better their lives a little bit, then, your life at the end of the day had some type of purpose and value. So.
Real quick, before I forget, we haven't filmed an episode in what, 3-4 years?
It's been a while, yeah. It's been a long time.
Can we summarize what's happened in each of our lives and how that has or major events and how that has changed our mental health for the good or worse since the last recording of an episode?
There's been a lot of things that have happened in the past 4 years.
How many countries have you been to?
A lot of things. I've been to 39 countries. I'm on my way to Peru next, which is going to be my 40th country to go do like a 5-day Machu Picchu hike and some stuff. But there's been a lot of things that happened, and I'm sure we will get to the nitty-gritty stuff. But I guess to give an overview, do you want to start? You want me to start?
After you.
To give an overview, I left the country. I lost my job. I traveled the world for a few years, suffered a lot, had some very, very bad health scares, was completely alone, and then had to figure it out, right? And then now that was over the course of, 2-3 years. And then the past year, I've been in and out of the country, working a different job, trying to find a bigger purpose towards life from the experiences that I've had the past few years and trying to mesh it all together. So that's an overview on my part.
Quick question. Maybe in the moment, I'm just curious what you're feeling like in the moment when you had lost your job and everything was going on. Looking back, do you regret any of those happening? Because anybody may be like, holy shit, this is the hardest thing that's ever happened to me in my life. But it's led you to this point now. Do you regret any of it? Do you think it's one of the best things that's ever happened?
Yeah. I have no regrets at all in any phases of my life. I think I'm a big believer of everything happens to bring you to a point. We may not see it when it's happening, but at the end of the day, at some point the connections will start clicking. And I think even, as I was out in the world, fending for myself, jobless, with nowhere to go and nothing, no help, I think I was just taking it day by day, seeing where things were going to go. We'll talk more about it. But now that I am here, I see the reasons why everything has happened, and I am so grateful for my life. And if I could relive my life exactly the same way, I would do everything exactly the same. I wouldn't change a single thing about it. there's been a lot of lessons learned, there's been a lot of experiences shared, and there's been a lot of growth that I've had to go through, and there's been a lot of really looking at yourself and like facing some of the things you don't want to face that force you to adapt and to grow. So I'm grateful. Now it's your turn.
Trying to think, the past like 3-4 years, I've gotten married. I got engaged.
Got a dog?
Got a dog.
No, I guess that was
no, we got married 4.5 years ago.
Okay, yeah, so that was before.
Bought
A house?
a house, bought a condo. I'm now a landlord at a different place. Business up and down. Like, I would like to call myself an entrepreneur, and like that's a very crazy life. Like a lot of people just see all the positives, but like I'm butchering the analogy, but like I think it's like Vincent van Gogh. He made thousands of paintings, but like he only had like 11 or 13 popular ones, and everybody, he's well known for it, but like you only see those 13 highlights out of thousands of attempts. And to think like that's how entrepreneurs feel, is like you see all the positives, you don't see like the iceberg of shit. And I'm sure I'll get into that. A lot of family stuff that's occurred that's shaped me as a human being, like completely transformed my life. Not for the good and for the bad, but just completely changed everything. But like Lucas was saying, I wouldn't change anything because it's led me to the point that I'm at right now. And whenever I get like down the dumps, I always think about like how cool my story is gonna be. This is just a little chapter, like one photo moment in like the vast life. And when I think about like if I'm in those like, you know, grinding right now, it's gonna be so cool to look back and see all like how I got out of the difficult situations. Because technically, you have a winning record if you're alive. You know what I'm saying?
True. Yeah.
You've never lost a day.
Yeah.
So
not everyone's blessed like that. So
yeah,
you're still here, and there's a reason, right?
But yeah, and with all of this, we want to chat a little bit about a really cool passion project we've been working on. It's so crazy.
It's still in the works.
It's still in the works.
It's still early, but we're trying to develop something.
But, I mean, I'll read it right here. The goal of creating the Open Up card game, it's for deep conversations with men in your life, right? So, like, you don't have to just be with your guys to play this. Like, your significant other can buy it for you and, like, ask them. They can ask you these questions. It's to get to know the men in your life. But the goal is simple. To break the silence around topics that men often avoid, promoting understanding and empathy while building stronger relationships. And it's really cool because we have different categories. There's identity type questions, emotional type questions, like connection specific questions, and experience type questions. And I'm just excited. I'm just excited to like, we've read over, we've I don't even know how many times we've drafted over these questions.
Brainstormed quite a few times, gone through a few times, trying to figure out questions that are going to be the most impactful and like get to it, right? Like get to the core of you and your experience and who you are as a human, right? And I think it's funny because one of the things that had inspired, that I think about, I was in Japan with one of my ex-girlfriends, and she pulled out like just this funny card game so we could like, we weren't doing anything, we were at the base of Mount Fuji, and she was like, you want to play cards? And I was like, cards, okay. And she like pulled out one of those card games, and we were just like talking about everything, about life, about what we've done, and about like things that we're afraid of or whatever experiences. And I was like, wow, that would be freaking cool to get to know someone, like to ask them really, really deep questions. And it was being asked those questions, you're really forced to reflect. So it's very targeted questions that will get you to be more vulnerable and allow that other person to see you for who you are. So it's an exciting project. Still early, but we're figuring it out.
We're figuring it out. It ain't perfect, but we're going to figure it out. But we're actually going to do, for the first time ever, ask each other, what should we do, 2 questions each or something?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
Let's do it.
After
These
you.
questions are the same, so.
After you.
We're gonna go through and be target them.
Nah. Pick one random. Let's prove the point.
Okay.
Prove the project, the concept.
Pick one randomly.
All right, you asked me. No, that's yours. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you.
Okay.
Have you ever fallen out with a friend, and what did you learn?
Yeah. Dude, until like maybe 3 years ago, I wanted to be liked by everybody. I was like a people pleaser.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I was younger, family shit, there's just so much like arguing and like negative energy. Like I didn't know how to handle it. It was just like I would just shut off.
There's such thing as toxic positivity as well, right?
And I ended up doing that or experiencing that. And dude, I had one friend who would like treat me super shitty. I was super close to him. He accused me of doing something I didn't do. I had proof I didn't do it. I had multiple proofs, and I tried saving him because what the situation was, he would have been screwed long term. And I told him what was going on, and he was like, "I don't believe you." So I was trying to do the right thing, but like got punished for it. Yeah, but like at the end of the day, looking back now, like that's a friendship that I definitely would have missed. Like I considered him my brother at the time, but like looking back now to like be treated that way, still attempting to fix the relationship with him after how he treated was absolutely absurd. And I was just blinded with the whole concept of like trying to keep everything positive and like I don't want him to hate me. This is just a misunderstanding, but you can only meet people as far as they're willing to go. You know what I'm saying? And that person wasn't emotionally intelligent enough to process their emotions, and they just, the way they handled it was horrible.
Yeah.
So I learned that I don't have to like treat everybody. I don't have to like at my own expense like give everybody my energy if they don't deserve it. You know what I mean? And like last year I cut out like 2 people that were close in my life, but like they were bringing me down a lot.
Yeah.
Like a lot.
Yeah.
And I just felt bad at the time, but then I realized like no. And then after I did like the action of cutting them out, my life became so much better.
Yeah, you set your boundaries.
I had boundaries, exactly.
Yeah. How did you feel immediately, like after you lost your friend?
Dude, horrible. Thought about it every day. Like you could have been like borderline groomsman, you know what I'm saying? So, and you grow up with somebody, you picture like nothing's gonna break the brotherhood, and then like some shit happened and like, completely, you know what I mean? So a whirlwind of emotions. It's crazy you asked me this because I was thinking about this shit earlier.
Yeah.
Not about that specific thing, but like I wonder how they're doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like there's been times where I had a group of 3, like it was a group of 3 of us, and we were really close, and like the third person will reach out to both of us, and like I'll answer, and like sometimes the other will answer, but like it's just like he just doesn't care, and that's just what it is, and that's okay. I've got peace at it with it, you know what I'm saying? And that's that. But it definitely was a painful experience. Yeah. I'm glad though I went through with it, you know what I mean, or experienced it, because it like not hardened me as a man, but like definitely.
You learned from it.
I learned a lot. You know what I mean?
About boundary setting, about, like you said, not everyone should get your energy, right? Yeah. And you have to kind of like respect that. And some people really, you just got to let them go.
Yeah.
So, unfortunate.
Yeah. All right.
Let's see.
Let me pull one for you.
Let's see it. Ooh. Oh, let's hear it.
If you could talk to someone from your past, who would it be, and what would you say?
Wow. If I could talk to someone from my past. I guess I'm going to trail off similar to, I guess, your question, like the question that I asked you about, like losing a friend I had. This one really good friend that...
Okay, so I heard the camera click,
and just got off.
We ran out of battery, memory, but we deleted some old episodes. We had our first episodes still on the SD card.
Yeah. I guess we just got...
You were talking about your boy gangbanging.
Yeah, so he just started going down the wrong route, gangbanging, robbing stuff, ended up a very polar opposite of where he should have been. So I would go back and I would just talk to him. I would just be like, dude, what's going on? And that's it. Are you all right? I hope you know I'm here for you, and I hope you know I support you. And I want to try to help before you end up where you are today. But it's unfortunate. And it's gotten to a point where it's like, now there's no value being added to life, and people make their decisions. So it's not our responsibility to help everybody. So that's where we're at now, but it always, very similar. Like, it always just, like, lingers. It always just lingers. It's like, damn, you know? We were so close, and because you share so much history with people, and you share a past with them, and you're kind of just like, what the heck, you know? We could have still been boys. Could have had a lot more memories, but...
Very true.
Yeah.
Like you said, you can only help people as much as they want to be helped.
Right. We're doing one more?
Yeah, let's do one more each.
This is the same question, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. We're gonna get it. Oh. How do you handle conflicts in friendships?
Ooh. Man, oh man. My wife would love me answering this question.
I think this is what I really struggle with.
She's taught me that. Let me explain it all. But like, my wife taught me how to deal with conflict. Not because we argue, but like, prior to her, ex-girlfriends, if we argued, I'm like, I'm sorry. And then just like stop arguing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and with my wife, like, I learned that it's okay to experience all emotions. You know, there's a difference between being rude, there's a difference between being disrespectful, but then there's also a difference with just expressing yourself, and it's okay to be frustrated. Frustration, or like arguments or conflicts or disagreements are all part of every relationship.
Right.
Going back to the people pleaser in me, I had something really shitty happen over the summer with two friends, and old me would have been like, listen, I understand where you're coming from. I'm sorry I made you feel that way. Like, without even realizing how fucked they were treating me.
Mm-hmm. And
if it was, I was like, I'd never do that to somebody. But why am I letting them do that to me? You know what I mean? So, I think last year was the year of the snake or something. I don't know. My wife talked about this shit. But she was like, it's about shedding people. And last year was where I like dropped like 2 or 3 people that I'm like, yo, these people... Not that they don't serve. I can love them from afar. You know what I'm saying? There's a difference between like being an asshole to somebody who, whatever. Like, I'm not an asshole to them. There's no reason for my energy to be accessible to them at all times.
Yeah. When
their energy has been horrendous for like 2-3 years.
Their energy, like vampires.
Literally.
Like, they just exhaust you.
So now.
And that's not fair.
It's not fair to me. I think before I was afraid to, attack conflict head on. I have no problem doing that now because I'm emotionally strong and stable and smart enough to be able to communicate without easily getting offended. Because most people, when you argue with them, what do? If they're wrong, they get defensive and they start targeting whatever. I feel like in most cases now, it took me a very long time to get here, and I'm not perfect at it, but and I'm still working on it. But if I get into something, like old me would have been like, stop swearing at me, even though it has nothing to do with the communication if I was wrong. You know what I mean? Versus now, like, I'm aware that if somebody's upset or frustrated, they're going to probably say stuff they don't mean, but, like, listen to the message. Yeah. And, like, try to understand that. And if they're still being disrespectful after that, and that's their problem, like, whatever. But let's try to understand the conflict. If we can resolve it, awesome. We can disagree. If they're not emotionally intelligent enough to disagree or, like, not take it personal, whatever the situation is, and they can't move forward, then it's just not meant to be. You know what I mean? But that took me 30 years of life to figure out, you know what I mean? So.
Conflict handling is a hard thing.
Yeah. You said you have a difficult, why?
Yeah,
why
I think it's still, I think just naturally you want to, like, avoid conflict. I don't know if it comes from, like, being Latino and having your parents, seriously, having your parents, like, rip you apart when you're younger all the time.
Facts.
I feel like a lot of, like, you're one of two, when you're Hispanic, you're one of two ways. You're either, like, really aggressive and, like, yell and freak the fuck out, or you're just like very like evasive to conflict. And I feel like a lot of it's just our parents just yell at us all day, every day. Some people get hit, like so you just grow up like not really knowing how to process, and just being like avoidant. I feel like that's a very common thing. Yeah. And it's something that I do struggle with today. So yeah.
True. All right, let me pick a little card.
Let's see it.
I'm gonna pick. Let's see. Ooh, okay.
What you got cooking?
This is the first card I looked at.
After he goes through.
Yeah, after I looked at everything, and I'm going back to the first card. How do you think male friendships can be more meaningful?
That's a great question. I think a lot of male friendships are very surface level. And I think that a lot of times you will spend so much time with someone, but you never really know that person. Mm-hmm. And this is something that I actually experienced when I was traveling, because I realized, like, when you are backpacking, you are spending so much time with someone that you get to really know them and they get to really know you. Like, I've traveled for 4 months with people that you are spending 24 hours a day with them, 7 days a week for 4 months. And you really, really, really get to know them. And I started to realize that I think I had a lot of things in my life, like back home, where I didn't really know people as much as I thought. Whereas these people that I just met, like, really, really knew me. And I felt like so much more connected. And I believe that male friendships now, with a lot of things, are surface level. You don't really know that person, you don't understand them, you don't understand their thought process, you don't feel connected to them. You just have kind of like, hey, what's up, bro, conversations. Like, how's your day? Good. How was yours? Good. I want to go to the gym? Sure. All right.
Let's go drink a beer.
Yeah, I want to go drink a beer.
How are the Pats doing?
Yeah. Like, it's not like, what do you want out of life? Like, what keeps you up at night? What scares you? Like, how do you feel about that? Like, what is your biggest fear? You know, like, what are your aspirations? What do you want to do? So I think that, like, we can really make these friendships and connections more meaningful by really getting to know these people and, like, sitting with them and just, like, talking, right? Just, like, genuinely, like, talking and just asking questions. Like, you can always just be like, hey, dude, how are you doing? And, oh, good. Oh, really? Like, how are you actually doing? Right? Like, oh, bad. Why? Like, what is going on? Talk to me about, like, how your day went, you know? Like, no one ever asks you how you are. They're just like, what are you doing? They're never like, how do you feel? Yeah. Right? So I think men need to have deeper conversations, which is clearly the goal of all of this, mm-hmm. right? Like, because you need to just get to know that person, right? And you can know someone for 10 years and technically you never really knew them, right? Yeah. And they surprise you with some actions, but that was there all along, but you just never really got into it, right? Yeah, so I believe that men need to speak more. I think we need to speak to each other more. I think you need to rely on your friends, but, like, make friendships are also effort. And you need to, like, one of the things that people don't understand is that for people to know you, you need to, like, make effort to being vulnerable and to opening your identity up to allow them in to get to know you. Or else they're never going to know you. It's always just going to be surface level. And then once you start having deep and meaningful connections with people, your life gets so much better. Like, genuinely, you know? But then you'll realize that you have less friends than you thought.
Facts.
Yeah. So.
Facts. And I think another, just to add into, like, we're talking about, like, speaking more, but also being a better listener.
Yeah.
So many people talk just to like wait for their turn to talk. Like, good, like, how are you? Good, good. And then they'll go and just spurt about themselves instead of trying to like dive deeper in that person's emotional state or whatever they're experiencing. So yeah, I think one of the best things I've tried doing, like, obviously I ask people, hey, how are you? But like asking more deep like questions, like, what was the best part of your day, right? Like random stuff, right? Like that could make someone's day. They could be like, oh, I don't remember the last time somebody asked me that or said something, right? Like, I think surrounding yourself with generally positive people. Like, I have some friends that like will dish out not that you need compliments to feel good about yourself, but like dish out compliments with like not expecting anything or doing a kind thing without expecting anything in return. You know what I'm saying? Like just doing things like that can really allow somebody to feel safe enough around you to then open up and, you know, explain whatever they're experiencing. You know?
Right. And I honestly don't like miscalculate, I guess, the power of, you know, a compliment to a person and, you know, like celebrating your boys' wins. And I don't know, I feel like sometimes male friendships are weird because if you just like hug your boy or like tell them how much they mean to you, it's
or you
like,
say I love you or something like that.
Yeah, it's like a weird thing. But it's like, why?
I think it's so funny when this is kind of unrelated, but when guys are like, happy birthday, they'll say anything except for like, happy birthday, happy G-Day, bro.
Happy glow day, G.
Happy glow day. The happy 30-second rotation around the sun, like, or I mean, I'm very grateful. I have a lot of friends that I'll say love you too, all that, but like, I'll even have, this is 10x better than not saying anything, but I know guys will be like, much love, see ya, like, you know what I mean? But like, they won't even say any of that, you know? But just being open, like, bro, like, people are willing to spread love and willing to love you more, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but you gotta give that energy out to the world.
Yeah, it makes a huge difference in how you see yourself and like how you move about the world when you have genuine connections with your friends and genuine people in your corner wanting you to succeed. Genuinely, right? And even like a squad of 3 guys that really, really care about you is more valuable than, you know, knowing 100 people that don't give a single fuck about your life.
Very true.
That's just the truth.
Yeah. I think we covered a lot on this first episode.
Yeah. So, great first episode, I guess.
Great first episode. If you want to hop on the episode, send us a DM.
Yeah.
If you listened all the way through, comment or DM us the word banana.
Banana.
Alright? That's the magic word.
And we will thank you.
Yeah, well, thank you. And we really appreciate you listening.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
If you have topics you want us to talk about, DM us. If you want to just talk to us as like a safe space, DM us.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to tell us a good job, shit,
Yeah,
feel free, you know what I mean?
With that being said, we're not therapists, so if you really need to speak to someone,
therapy, bro.
Go to therapy, because that will change your life.
I was so hesitant. I hesitated for like 3 years. It's like the best thing ever.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
I did therapy directly for 2 years, and it changes your life.
Yeah.
Just having like a non-biased view of the things that are going on in your life, and having someone who's paid to just tell you like
how it is.
How it is. You know, they have absolutely no attachment, and it makes a big difference and allows you to process a lot of things.
Yeah.
So go to therapy if you need to.
Go to therapy. Well, appreciate y'all listening to us.
Yeah, thanks everyone for the support. We look forward to posting more content. Good job.
Oh yeah. Also, look at my little doggy bear patiently looking at us.
There's our number one fan.
Oh my god. Okay, alright, see you later.